asked me what life cycle assessment is, and in order to explain it, I'll tell you the problem I had. I was using reusable nappies for my new baby, and somebody told me, oh, but I've heard they're worse for the environment than disposable nappies. And I thought, okay, well, I'll look into it, and I worked out that the embodied carbon of the reusable nappies is way more on the embodied impacts. So that's the impacts of manufacturing the cotton and everything in that nappy than the reusable one. In fact, than the disposable one. In fact, there's around, I could use 20 of these nappies for every one of these. However, I reuse this one, so every time that this one gets soiled with some pool wheat in it, I throw it back into the washing machine, and I can actually do that 200 times or something. So you'd say, okay, from that this nappy, you can use that 200 times, and this one you can only, for the same amount of impacts in the materials, you can only use it 20 times. So this one's actually 10 times less impact for the materials. But the next side of that story is the operational energy that goes into these nappies. So when you think about that, this nappy also has, every time I use it, it goes back into the washing machine. There's a little bit of power and there's a little bit of water and things, so there's more impacts that go into it every time I wash it, whereas this one actually gets just thrown out. So when you sum all those up, it's really interesting what it comes down to. And what it actually comes down to is whether you use a high efficiency washing machine, like a front loader, and also whether you actually use a dryer or hang the nappies out to dry. If you use a low efficiency washing machine and you use a dryer every time you wash your nappies, it's actually better to use disposable nappies. Whereas if you use a high efficiency washing machine or use natural drying, then it's actually way better to use the reusable nappies. And that's what life cycle assessment's about. It's about looking at the whole picture. If I just focused on one area with this, then I may have actually settled on the wrong decision. But by looking at the whole picture, I can actually identify what the biggest drivers are for the sustainability options here, and I know that this is actually the best decision as long as I hang the nappies out to dry. That's life cycle assessment.